And we're on.
Ready for this one?
Yeah, when you're ready. We're on for Facebook. We've got to wait.
Oh wait, I just took a photo.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, we're just on for Facebook. Yeah, we're just on for Facebook. We're waiting for a few people to tip on.
I'll let you know when anyone comes.
Mr. Dan is
Beth
watching.
Fulton has joined.
That's Beth. Hi, Beth. Hi, Dan. Oh, a bit pale, a bit close to that ring light, I'll stay back.
You got 4 people.
Ooh. Alright, you can stop giving a running commentary now, Nicole. Spot on, Facebook looks good. Oh, got a few people. Hi guys, so we're going to wait a few minutes. Class starts about 7, so use this time now. Make sure you've got some water, make sure you've got plenty of space, towel potentially. Crack some windows open, obviously it's getting a bit darker outside, so I can't imagine many of you are outside. Need to come back a little bit to make sure we're on Facebook. And we'll get going at about 7 on the dot, so use your time. I'm just going to let people sort of come into the group and get themselves ready. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, I think. That's a little bit better. Yeah. Jamie's in. Ian and Beth, outside, smashing it. As is Jake. Beautiful. You'll see it on Facebook. Tom's in. Again, to those of you who have sort of just joined before I last spoke, use this time now. Make sure you've got a towel, make sure you've got water. It's going to be about a 45-minute class, so make sure you're nice and prepped, got plenty of ventilation through. If you, like I say, if you are outside, absolutely fine. Make sure that you're nice and safe. We'll get going at about 7 on the dot. Just wanted to get up early to make sure that everything was set up and ready. Am I loud enough? Please comment. If I need to be louder, I can be. Just drop a comment into the chat, make sure you can hear me. Because if you can't, I will be louder. That's not a problem, I can sort that out. Okay, so just a couple of minutes now, we'll wait for those last ones to filter on through. Where's the bar? This is it, this is why people are tuning in to see me do something that isn't a barbell movement. It'll be very interesting. Get to see me sweat for the first time ever, probably. Right then guys, that's close enough for me to 7. We'll get going, save you all sort of waiting around. So today is Shape Live, one of the more popular classes within our timetable. Obviously with everything that's going on, we thought we'd bring it into your living room and mine as it is that has been rearranged, tip space out so we can do this. So this main class, very similar to how it is in the timetable. It's a full body workout. We're focused on the components of fitness of body composition, muscular endurance, and a little bit of cardiovascular endurance as well. Okay, so it's not all about control, slow, steady movements, okay? So the main today's session, we've got 4 main supersets, okay? Full body. Now I'm not going to take you through all of them right now because you'll forget the first 2 by the time I've finished everything, okay? So I'm going to take you through station by station. We're going to have, first superset is a presser and a bicep curl. Now we can progress and regress this as much as we like within these sessions, okay? Now what that is based on is obviously your ability. I would much rather you guys focus on quality of movement, especially throughout these sessions, than try and hit and push yourselves too far. It was mentioned in the lunchtime class, Tom mentioned again, obviously if you're not using a fit metrics band, if you're not tracking your heart rate through sort of similar means, we want to be thinking about like an RPE based scale, okay? So scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely flat out, 100%. I want to sat at around 7 to 8, okay? Nice and controlled. We don't want to see that heart rate going out of control. Do want to see it working, but I'm more focused on control, time under tension. So first movement, like I said, press up, bicep curl, okay? Before we get to that, we will warm up, okay? I've got plenty of time with this now. So, like I say, progressions, regressions, we're looking at lots and lots of control, time under tension and muscles, all right? So, press-ups. Start to take you through this before we warm up, just because we've got the time to do it, save me rambling. Now, obviously, you can go with a full body variation. What we're looking for is here, nice, controlled movement. If you need to make that easier, come down to the knees, keep the hips forward and the core engaged, control down and back up. If you need to make it easier, bring the knees closer to the hands, widen the hands. All that's going to do is shorten the lever of movement, okay? Bicep curl, if you have the equipment, if you have a set of dumbbells, if not, a water bottle or even a backpack can work. Again, nice soft posture, core engaged. All we're going to look at doing here, turn the palm up to the ceiling, nice, controlled, keeping the elbows back. We don't want to see unnecessary swinging. We don't want to see those elbows driving too far forward. Nice, controlled all the way through. So that will be your first superset. Upper body focused, push and pull. All right, now, all we're going to do, use this last sort of minute now. If you haven't got a water bottle, if you haven't got a towel, you haven't got it, this is your time now to get that and make sure you're nice and prepared. Because in about 40 seconds or so, we're going to start warming up, okay? Which will start with a few dynamic stretches, just some gentle movement to loosen things off. Potentially some of you have been sat down, a bit more relaxed, sedentary at home, okay? So, what I want you to do now is bring yourselves down, take a seat onto your mats. All we're going to do to start, okay? Plant the feet. Hands out to the side, nice deep breath. So what we're going to do, keeping the shoulders on the floor, allow the knees to fall down to one side and really open up, okay? Now I'm not letting this shoulder lift away, I'm keeping it close. Hold the stretch for about a count of 3 to 4 and swap sides. Again, it's important not to let ourselves twist away and that shoulder lift. Keep yourself planted to really get the most out of this stretch. And back again. And to the other side. It's the last time on this one before we then move on to another stretch. Okay, your next stretch, all we're going to look at doing is tucking one knee in towards the chest. So again, we're back down onto our backs in that prone position. You're going to bring the knee up towards the chest, using the hands, pull that knee in nice and high. Now once we're in here, I just want you to feel that stretch and slightly oscillate the knee, find those tender positions and try and loosen things off. We're going to sort of hold this side for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then we're going to swap over. You'll potentially find areas here that may be a little bit sorer than others. Sort of allow to sit into that stretch a little bit. Should start to ease off and then move along into a different position. Okay, and swap legs. Again, nice, deep, relaxed breathing throughout this. To get the most out of these stretches, you want to relax. Again, find those tender positions, those tightnesses. Good. Okay, so up we come. Next we're into a standing position. All we're going to do, a little bit of a calf stretch, bit of an activation there, keeping the knees stacked over the toes. Lift up and engage, feel that contraction through the calf and control down. Nice and steady, getting some blood flow through there. And again, if you want to do this one leg at a time, you're more than welcome to do so. Just nice and controlled. Okay, one last movement I want to add into this warm-up now is we're going to look at a full body walkout, okay? So from here, from a standing position, we're going to get the core engaged, keep the glutes nice and tight. I want you to hinge at the hips, feel a stretch through the hamstrings. We're going to reach for the floor, walk yourselves out, down to the press-up position, if you're able to, okay? And then back up again. If you can't do that, we're allowing some softening in the knees, that's fine, but we ideally want to see as much of a stretch through the hamstrings as possible. So let's go through about 3 to 4 now, opening things up, walking yourselves out, and back up again, okay? Let's keep going with that. Good, keep moving with those. I'm just going to check the chat quickly. Full press-ups for 45 seconds, no chance. Okay, so you've now got 90 seconds. This is your last opportunity before we get going for this first superset to grab your water and make sure you're nice and set. We should be warm, loosened off a few little areas now, okay? We should be ready to go. So like I said at the beginning, we're going into that first superset, which is mainly upper body focused, okay? Press-ups, whatever variation you've deemed sort of capable yourself. Again, I'd rather see an easier variation done more effectively for more reps to give yourselves room to build momentum through these sessions than hitting a brick wall on day one and starting to fail reps and not lasting the full working rounds, okay? We're looking at a 45-second working time with each of these, 3 times on each exercise. We're then going to get another 90 seconds rest where I'll demonstrate and tell you about superset 2. Still got about 40 seconds. Take this time, have some water, and get yourselves ready. Let's check this chat quickly. Okay then, 15 seconds. You want to get yourself set now into your workout area, into your space. We're going to get yourself set for 45 seconds work. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay then, nice and controlled all the way through. General rule of thumb here is we're looking to exhale on the exertion. So breathe in as you come down. Exhale and drive the floor away. Nice and controlled. That's good. If you need to drop down into an easier variation, that's absolutely fine. Again, focus on quality over quantity. You've got about 15 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. 20 seconds transition time. Going to grab a hold of your dumbbells or potentially a backpack. I'm going to put a kettlebell in mine. Okay, so again, 45 seconds, elbows tucked in by the side. Nice, controlled. Focus on feeling the squeeze in the biceps. Nice, steady, controlled movement. That rotation of the wrist to turn the palm to the ceiling is really, really important. Part of the biceps roll is not only the flexion of the arm, so this bending of the elbow, but it's also the supination and the pronation of the wrist, this movement here. So it's really important you get that rotation as we come up as well. You've got 10 seconds. Three, two, and one. Beautiful. Okay, 20 seconds transition time. Now we're about to start the second round of press-ups. Same again, nice and controlled. Okay, another 45 seconds again. Let's go. Nice and controlled. Focusing on that breathing. Again, we're aiming for 12 to 15 repetitions on each working round. Nice to work that muscular endurance a little bit more. Keeping everything nice and tight and controlled. We're just over halfway. Controlling that breathing. Again, we're looking at that 7 to 8 out of 10 as an RPE scale, as a difficulty scale. Okay. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, up we come. If we are working with a backpack, that pronation and supination I spoke about will be a little bit more difficult, all right? So all I want you to do, if you're looking at a bicep curl, take the top of the straps, if it's safe to, if it's a bit flimsier, take a hold of the bag itself. 3, 2, and 1. Elbows back, dragging up, nice, and controlled. Controlling that breathing. That's good. Just about halfway. Let's keep these movements going again. These elbows are staying tucked in. We're not flaring out and dragging. They're here. Chest nice and proud. Tucked into the side. We've got about 10 seconds left. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, pop that to the side. Another 20 seconds. One more round on this upper body circuit, okay? Press ups, curls, then we get about 90 seconds rest before we go into round 2. So get yourself set, get your breath together. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last 45 seconds. Again, controlling your breathing. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale and drive the floor away. Good. Good, keeping that going. 20 seconds left. Good, 10 seconds. Good, let's keep the quality of this movement going. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. One more time. Now if you've got the option of both like I do between a bag and a dumbbell, choose the one you prefer here. Focus on which movement you felt that activation of the bicep more. For me, it's my little studio dumbbells. It's not laziness, I promise. Elbows tucked in 3, 2, and 1. 45 seconds. Nice. And controlled. Again, 12 to 15 reps. That's good. So don't want to see that swinging, driving the elbows back, shoulders back, chest nice and proud. 20 seconds. Good. Nearly there. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay. You've got just shy of 2 minutes rest now. Have some water, shake the arms off. Whilst you're having that rest, don't go too far. I'm going to take you through the next superset. Your next superset, we're looking at either a kettlebell squat, or again, if you don't have that alternative, we're going to look at the backpack, okay? Now, with the backpack, I'd much rather just hold on to it at the side here. This, whilst it may work, isn't going to be as effective for us as strengthening the back. Yes, we're loaded on the front, but I'd much rather you work, take that hold your grip, keep the elbows up, nice and controlled, all the way down, okay? If you have the opportunity, if you have the resource of using dumbbells, that's where I'd probably recommend it, as similar to a kettlebell squat as possible. That is then paired with a hamstring step up, okay? So, you're on the back, plant the feet into a glute bridge position, so keeping the knees over the toes, we extend here, lift the toes off the floor, nice, steady, walk out in 8 steps, and then walk back in, keeping control of the hamstrings. If you can't do that, focus on driving, keeping the knees over the toes, hold that glute bridge position for a static hold. You've got about 30 seconds, and we're going round again. How are we doing? Cheers, guys. Tactical rest. You know, that's right. 10 seconds. Get yourself set. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, elbows up, nice and controlled. Knees out over toes. Nice and controlled. There we go. So we're looking at a nice, slow, controlled tempo, keeping the core nice and tight, and the knees out over the toes. When you're thinking about your feet in a squat, you want to think of it like a tripod. 3 equal points of distribution between the big toe, the little toe, and the heel. Not putting all your weight in your heels, not letting the heels lift. You've got about 10 seconds left. Again, we're looking at that 12 to 15 rep range. Nice and controlled. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, onto your back now. We're into those hamstring walkouts. You've got about 10 seconds. Nice deep breaths. Try and make that heart rate down between working rounds. 2 and 1. Up into your glute bridge, toes off the floor. Nice, steady walk, keeping that core nice and tight and engaged. And then back up. Good, control your breathing. You're 20 seconds left. Got 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay. 20 seconds, and we go back into squats for round 2. So shake the hamstrings off, shake the legs off. Get yourself set for the same again. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, elbows up, nice and controlled. Good. Again, we don't want to see those knees collapse inwards. Keep them out, keep them engaged. If you struggle to come too low in the squat, just work with the range of motion that you are comfortable with, especially with week 1 of these home sessions. Quality over quantity. Pain-free range of motion. Nice and controlled. Got about 10 seconds. Good. 2 and 1. Pop that to the side. Back into your hamstring walkouts. Now, if you found you struggle with that walkout, Let's look at a static hold. All you're going to do is plant the feet, keep the knees out over the toes and hold that bridge position that we start in. And 3, 2, and 1, up and hold. Now what we're looking to do here is look at lateral tension, so tension out to the side, as well as squeezing the bum as hard as we can to lift the hips and maintain that bridge. Nice deep breaths. Keep the core engaged here. We don't want to overextend through the lower back. You've got about 20 seconds. Just less than 10. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, one more round of this before we get that just shy of 2-minute rest again before superset 3. So get yourself set. Grab hold of the kit that you want to use, your backpack, your goblet. And 3, 2, and 1. Keeping those elbows up. Same again, nice and controlled. If you want to work on making these a little bit harder for yourself, obviously we can scale the weight, but let's look at introducing a tempo. So we look at a 4 to 5 count on the way down and a pause. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, and up again. Let's really sit into those hamstrings if you're up for the challenge. Control that lowering phase. Sit into the hamstrings. Make them shout at you a little bit. Good, you've got less than 10 seconds. 2, and 1. Beautiful, okay. Last 45 seconds on this pair. We're going to look at that glute bridge or the hamstring walk, okay? About 10 seconds, get yourself set. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. Nice deep breaths. Again, if you're looking at the walkout, nice, controlled and steady. Keep it in the hamstrings. If you're holding the bridge like I am, really work on that lateral tension, getting the glutes involved. And hold and breathe. Good, 20 seconds. Okay, you've got 10. Good, keep breathing, keep it working. And 3, 2, and rest. Brilliant, okay, you've got just shy of 2 minutes. Again, take this time, get some water on board. If you've got a bit of a sweat on, dab that away, get yourselves ready. We're then going to go into superset 3, okay? Give yourselves a second, more importantly, give me a second. I'm going to get some water, and then I'll take you through that. How are we doing? Okay, so superset 3, we've got a couple of variations. Now what you will need is a surface like a chair or a box like I've got here. First exercise is going to be a bent over row. So again, take your bag, take your dumbbells, take a hold of it by the side, whatever weight you've got in it. We're going to hinge at the hips, hands extended out in front, pull the elbows in, and the bag into the stomach, okay? It's like we're trying to pull the elbows toward the back pockets, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stretch, squeeze, stretch, and squeeze. That's exercise 1. That's then going to be paired with your dips, so hands onto the edge of the surface, walking yourselves out, nice straight legs, elbows to a 90-degree position and extend. You want to make it easier, bring your feet underneath you, allow the legs to take some of the load to support the triceps. Nice and simple, back to the upper body, second to last superset. We've got about 10 seconds, so get yourself into that start position for your row, and we'll go again. Okay, 2, 45 seconds, let's go. So you're going to hinge, nice stretch, pull it in and pull those shoulders back. Again, we're focused on controlling that breathing. Exhale on the exertion, so take a big breath in. When you're exerting the force, breathe out and pull those elbows back, keeping them tucked in. Again, we're not flared out here. Elbows tucked into the side. Stretch, pull in back. There we go. You've got just shy of 20 seconds. Good. Nearly there. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 20 seconds. Make your way over to your surface, whether it's a chair, whether it's a box. Again, nice and controlled. You may feel a stretch through the front of the shoulders here. That's natural. If it becomes too much, shorten your range of motion to avoid it. Work in a pain-free range of motion. Okay, 45 seconds. Hammer in. Let's go. Good. Nice, controlled, deliberate reps. Again, I'm going to hail back to what I said at the beginning. Focus on quality movement over just smashing lots of reps in. We want you to work in that 12 to 15 rep range at sort of an RPE of like a 7 to an 8. So we're looking at 8 out of 10 at most on an effort rating. We've got 15 seconds left. And 10. Breathe. Breathe in. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. 20 seconds. Back to your row and that pull-in movement, and we go again. 10 seconds. Take a hold of your weight. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, hinge. Pulling it into the chest. Elbows towards the back pockets, nice and controlled. Keep the core engaged. You may feel the lower back start to work a little bit. Good. You've got about 20 seconds. Keep that breathing under control. Keep the glutes on. 15 seconds. Really pulling those shoulders back. Controlling the breathing. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, swap it back. 20 seconds. That's good. How are we feeling? Yeah, brilliant. Right then, get yourself set. 3, 2, and 1. Controlled and up. Keep nice and close to your box. There's legs out in front. Less and less support. Now again, if you want to make this even harder, we can look at elevating the feet, get slightly higher, a longer range of movement. But for now, let's just focus on getting those reps in. Good, 20 seconds. Good, controlling that breathing. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. One more of each, round 3 of 3. We've got one more superset after this last pair. See you in a bit, Leslie. Okay, get yourselves ready. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to hinge at the hips again. Pulling that chest nice and proud. Nice controlled movement. Good, so again, that hinge, nice flat back. Nice and controlled. 20 seconds. You've got less than 10. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. One more round of tricep dips, then we get another rest, then we're into the last superset of this evening. So get yourself set, 45 seconds of work. And 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. 45 seconds, nice and controlled. Keeping those triceps working, the shoulders, the arms will be burning a bit by now, hopefully, if you've gauged this right. Good. "20 seconds. Good. You've got 10. Let those legs help if the arms are starting to suffer. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest. Again, we're into that 2 minutes of rest just about before one more pair, one more superset, 3 more rounds, and then you're done for the evening. Okay, take this time, have some water. Okay, so you've got about 90 seconds. Your last superset for the evening is a crunch and either a dumbbell swing or a bag swing, okay? So your dumbbell or your bag swing is very much like a kettlebell. Take your hold here. Again, we're looking at that hip hinge. If you feel confident and stable, keeping the back nice and straight, allow yourself to drive some force back towards the dumbbell, looking at that swing, maintaining the neutral back. If that is too much, look for the hinge and stretch and back up. Obviously the variation of that is with the bag. Take a hold where it's safe, okay? That's the main thing with this as well, is you're going to hinge at the hips, get the stretch, potentially hold it lower down the bag, and then drive some momentum into a bit of a swing. Just make sure you have a nice safe grip. Now, your ab exercise, the crunch, this is where we're going to start on this pair, is you're coming onto your back, elevating the feet for me, hands up onto the thighs, nice controlled breathing, inhale, exhale and reach, and down, breathe in, exhale and reach. Okay, so we're breathing out as we come up, looking at shortening distance between the sternum and the pelvis. So get yourselves into that ab position. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, breathe in and control down. Nice and controlled. Now you may be tired now, so controlling your breathing might be a little bit more difficult, but really focus on keeping it there. It's going to sharpen the contraction in the abs. If you find this leg raise becomes too much, plant the feet on the floor and keep it a shorter range of motion, controlling your breathing. You've got about 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so take a hold of your relevant bit of kit for your swings. Take a hold of the bag, make sure you've got a nice safe grip. We don't want to be throwing any kettlebells or bags or dumbbells around people's flats or houses. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so get that confidence with the hinge first. Find in the hamstrings a nice stretch, keep the glutes and the hammies working. And then if you feel confident and ready, find your confidence into the swing. Keep it in the glutes and the hamstrings. Try not to let yourselves round or bring this bag too high. Focus on that extension of the hip and the knee. You've got 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Back down to the mat. We're going into abs for the second to last time this evening. So get yourself set into that crunch.
Again, use this rest time. Nice deep breath. Bring that heart rate down. 2 and 1. Let's go. Nice and controlled. My time's gone off. Okay. Good, nice and controlled. It's really important to control your breathing here to make sure each rep is as effective as possible. You've got just over 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, up we get. Into your swing. So again, take a hold, safe grip, wherever you're comfortable. Making sure you're not in the way of hitting anything or anyone, any pets, any dogs, anything that anyone's got, keep them out of the way. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 45 seconds of that stretch. Find the hinge first, make sure you're comfortable there, and then when you're ready, we're developing that momentum there, keeping it in the hamstrings and the glutes. Good, you've got 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Keeping that back nice and straight, back into the hamstrings and the glutes. Nice and explosive forward, nice snappy lockout. 2 and 1. Beautiful, okay, and back to abs, these crunches for the last time today. Last 45 seconds on these, 45 seconds of the hinge or the swing, and you're done. So let's make these last 2 working rounds as effective as we can. Plant the feet, hands upon the thighs, 2, 1. Let's go. Breathe and control down. Nice and controlled. We're on that home straight now. Good. Halfway. Again, if you want to, bringing those legs up, making it slightly harder. It's quite a small range of motion, make it nice and effective. You've got 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. 20 seconds, breathe, bring that heart rate down. I see lots of work now in these last 45 seconds of the evening. You've got 10 seconds, we've got 45 seconds of swings, and you are done. So make sure you get your grip, you're nice and safe in the stance. 45 seconds, let's go. There we go. Keeping the back nice and straight. Hinge. Good work. Keep it pushing now. Hammies and glutes, let's go. You're about halfway. Nice and controlled. If you find that swing becomes too much, regress, keep the elbows back. Hinge, stretch into the hamstrings and back up. You've got 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Right, take this time, get some water on board, breathe, take a seat on your mat. That's the hard work done. We're now going to go into the cool down, stretch out, relax, okay? Okay, so the first move of this cool down for me, all I want you to do, straighten your legs out, lie back, hands out to the side, nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're looking at a nice 5 count in and 5 count out. Going to take 5 big breaths like this. Good, that's 2. So that's 3, just 2 more like that. And 1 more. Okay, slowly get up from there for me. All I want you to do is take a nice wide stance with the legs, toes pointed out. All you do is plant the hands on the floor, sit and reach. Okay, you may not be able to get this far, that's fine. We're looking at nice deep breaths, feel a nice deep stretch into the hamstrings, the hips, lower and upper back. Just go, if you're here, that is absolutely fine. Just focus on feeling the stretch and the positioning over anything. We're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. We don't want to see any bouncing. Just hold, nice deep breaths and stretch. Should start to feel it ease off a little bit. Okay, about 10 seconds left in this stretch. 3, 2, I want to slowly, and that slowly is important, come out of that position. I'd like you to come up onto your knees. Keep the hips extended, the chest nice and proud. You're going to take a big, big stride forward, keeping that chest proud, hands up onto the thighs. We're going to sit forward, feel a nice deep stretch with that trailing leg into the hip flexion, the quadricep on that trailing leg. Going to hold this for about 20-25 seconds and then we're going to swap legs. Nice deep breaths. Okay, and swap legs. Now, some of you feel like you don't feel the stretch as much as you could. What I want you to do is the same side, reach up and away from the rear leg. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful, okay. Come out of that last pair, last stretch. I want you to come hands back in front. We're going to come back into child's pose, so sit back into the legs, hands extended out in front, head between the arms. I'm going to hold here, nice deep breath for the deep stretch, all the way into the upper back, to the hamstrings, hips, lower back. Just hold that position nice and low. Okay, now keeping the chest low to the ground, I'd like to walk your hands round to one side and look down that side. Feel a nice deep stretch down the trailing side. Okay, and then back round to the other side. Nice deep breaths. Okay, and slowly come back up. And that's us this evening, guys. That was Shape Live with me. Now, tomorrow we've got Fusion. Awesome work today. A little bit of a different feel. A little bit more of a pulse raiser. But good to see you guys there. Same time slots as today. Okay, you've got the early one with Matt, your lunchtime with Tom, and the evening with me. Let's smash it up. Well done, guys. Awesome work.